What's up, family? It's the manhood mentor, Jabar Lance Brown, the 6-foot giant, reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Huh? Hello. And today's lesson is considered 10 tips on building your reputation, right? The previous lesson, we talked about the importance of establishing your reputation. This time around, we're going to give you some actual tips on building your reputation, right? Because us men know how important it is to maintain your reputation, because at some point you expect for your reputation to maintain you, right? So the first one on the list is don't make promises. Only make proclamations, right? Making empty promises is a surefire way to ruin your reputation. For one, with the person whom you've promised something to, and secondarily with the people that they tell that you didn't honor your promise or your verbal commitment. Instead, try this, right? Instead of using the words I promise, simply practice on being more consistent in making your word your bond. Doing what you say you're going to do, period. In doing so, you won't have to oversell anything with a quote unquote promise. People will just simply believe you, because now people will grow to know that you mean business just by what you proclaim or just by what you say, right? In this instance, you've created a consistency in doing what you say you're going to do. Okay. Number 2, don't make proclamations when you've been drinking, right? It's really easy to get loose lips when you've been drinking and just to start spewing off a ton of useless rhetoric. However, this behavior can be a disaster for your reputation. Let me tell you why. It's because sometimes when you've been drinking, it'll be easier for you to be careless and forget certain things that either you said and forget certain things that maybe you've done, right? But on the other hand, other people won't forget. And if you have enough of these experiences, unbeknownst to you, you will develop a reputation of being a blowfish, right? Which is someone who's just blowing hot air. Instead, when you've been drinking, just learn to chill and go with the flow of whatever the event is. Enjoy it for what it is and save all of the proclamations at that time for when you're more coherent, right? Third on the list, the more validation you receive, the better. Having other people who are willing to vouch for you and or stamp you in a validating way is good for your reputation. What this does is it shows other people who are around that you have some credibility. It creates a greater sense of trust towards you within that group of people. When you're able to influence people in a positive way, they won't mind validating you in front of a group of other people. And when this happens, the effects of this behavior are good for your reputation, right? Number 4 on the list, volunteer to be of service to other people, all right? We've all heard the saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Well, it's true. And in order to win friends and influence people, you will have to be of service to other people. When you volunteer to help other people out with things that they have going on in their lives, you will be looked at as a leader, someone who is useful and valuable to other people. And as a man, you must always put your value on display. This is how you separate yourself from the lower level of the competition, right? All right. Number 5, stay in the moment by keeping the conversation current, right? It's nothing worse than talking with someone who always ends up talking about old stuff. You know, reminiscing on the past. Stay away from this behavior because it may be perceived that you are out of touch and that maybe things aren't going as great for you in your life right now, which is why you're always talking about old stuff, right? Maybe you're not currently accomplishing enough things in the present to talk about. Keep the conversation current by talking about where your focus is. And you should be focused on the present and you should be focused on the future. All right. Number 6, be accessible to your circle of influence. No one man is an island. As a productive, influential, and high value man, you should have a team of people around you supporting you and your push towards your dreams. So it's only right that you take care of those people who are taking care of you as well. Make yourself available to those people who need you the most, and they will repay you with their work ethic and their loyalty. And also, they'll bolster your reputation for anyone who asks about you. All right. Number 7, do not repeat what someone else has told you. This is one of the quickest ways to ruin your reputation with other people, is to be a person that other people cannot confide in. It prevents others from building a personal relationship with you. Instead, be mindful to keep things private that are shared with you in private and public too, right? Leave the gossiping for the women. Men don't do that, as we know it's a sure way to stain your reputation. Number 8, only repeat information you've gotten directly from the source that you're making reference to, okay? This is an extension of the previous one. So if you're having a conversation with someone and some general information is shared with you about a circumstance or another person, the only way you mention that circumstance is if you verify it yourself before you mention it to someone else. The reason we do this is because once you speak on an occurrence, you are lending your credibility to that occurrence with the person that you're speaking to. And for some reason, if what you're saying isn't true, the other person doesn't care who you got the information from. They just care that they got it from you. And now you're looking less credible. So be mindful about speaking about anything before you verify it for yourself first. All right. Number 9, be impartial in your judgment. Okay. Now, we've all been in situations where we have to choose a side, either at work or with family or with friends. Now, as a man, you should be a proponent of what's right. Okay. And I know what some people are thinking, well, I'm with my family, whether right or wrong. All right, I dig that. I got you on that. And I get that, right? However, as a man, you should be a person who people expect to do the right thing. So this way, your family won't even put you in certain circumstances to compromise your integrity. And even if they do want you to choose sides, your reputation will be so solid that they'll even expect for you to choose the side of what's fair and what's right in either way. Okay? Number 10, tell the truth. I think that one is kind of self-explanatory, right? It's just as simple as that. In order to protect and grow your reputation, you must develop a consistency in representing the truth. Tell the truth early and tell the truth as often as you can, and people will honor your presence because of it. And if you're in a situation where telling the truth may not be the best thing at that time, excuse yourself from that situation, right? Take that brief moment and go on about your day. Your reputation will thank you for it later. All right, guys, that was just 10 tips for building and protecting your reputation as a man. My name is Jabar Lance Brown, and I'm here to put the man back in men. Until the next time.